Hello guys, this is Kingdom Rush episode 16 and we are on Twin Rivers. I skipped all the mumbo jumbo, I just jumped right in here for you. And what do we got going on? So there's goblins coming through the top and wolves coming through the bottom. What kind of towers did I make? Well, if you can tell, I went mostly towers for the right side. Ooh, interesting. And that's because lots of wolves come. Lots of wolves come on the right side and you cannot lose one life. You lose one life, you lose. So you gotta defend well. So that being the case, I used my reinforcements pretty well, and I barely killed that last wolf. Now what's happening? I actually started getting some archer towers in the top, and I got one mage tower. Now you might be confused, because I normally go a barracks somewhere up there. I would normally go mage tower, archer, archer, barracks, but I feel like I can go a barracks a little bit higher if I need to, but for right now I'm just going to stick with these guys, and I think that'll do. I will just reinforce whoever needs to be reinforced. So I went with mostly mage towers on this right side here. I'm going to call it the right side and the left side, even though they both kind of go up and stuff. That's okay, right and left. As far as meteor shower goes, I'm not going to use the meteor shower just yet. I'm probably going to save it a little bit just in case some more wolves come. So if wolves come, I'm going to have to meteor shower them. As far as upgrading goes, as you can probably tell, I'm upgrading pretty much everything here. I'm just upgrading some mage towers, upgrading some archer towers, and then I finally am going to get my barracks. So my barracks here is very important. I feel like it's very important because it helps stall the random guys that might end up getting through, and it gives me just enough time to give my archer towers here. So some of the guys on the right side there are starting to get through here, so we got to be careful versus these guys. You need a lot of mage towers versus these brigands. These brigands are very strong versus just about everything. So I am going to not use my meteor shower just yet until I get them all bunched up. Once you get them all bunched up, you can kill them all at once. Perfection. Now I've got quite a few brigands kind of running through my defense here, so I am going to try and stall them just a little bit so I can get my mage towers to attack a little bit, and I am going to go for at least one archer tower in the back here and one mage tower in the back here. And that should help me kill anything that actually gets through. Now that's just kind of like a little helpful point. You pretty much don't want to make that unless you need it. You should have enough gold if some guys start getting through, because you can tell when they're going to get through, because you got an extra like 15 seconds for them to run up there, and you can use your reinforcements to help stop them. So only make those two towers if you really need them. If you don't need them yet, don't make them. That's pretty much how it works. So as far as my barracks goes, if you can tell, those guys run out of their range, and they run into the guys, so your barracks has more range than what it seems like. So what's coming out next? Now we got some random guys here. We got some shamans. Shamans, oh my goodness, watch out for the shamans, guys. Trust me on that. You got to be careful with those. Those guys can heal everybody. So what I do is I keep using my reinforcements on the shamans. If you notice, keep using them on the shamans. Keep them separated from all the units and keep them busy. Keep them separated and keep them busy. That's the best way to do it. And eventually you should be able to kill the shamans, and the other guy shouldn't be too big of a deal if you kill the shamans. Now we got an ogre, though. So what do you do versus ogres? Well, you just gotta do damage to them. Honestly, it's not even about the barracks, it's just about doing damage. Do as much damage as possible. Usually mage towers are pretty good versus them, and just having a lot of towers in general. Keep upgrading your towers, of course, and that's pretty much all you gotta do. And now we got wolves, so I'm just gonna meteor shower the crap out of everything coming out right now. Wolves are dangerous. Be careful versus the wolves. Especially when you got like 8 or 10 of them coming out all at once. Like, you can easily just let 3 or 4 wolves get by, and they will probably run through your entire defense. And that's not awesome, guys. It's actually kind of terrible. Losing on this late kind of really sucks. Anyways, here we got one more ogre and more, oh my god, more shamans. Keep them separated. Kill as many as possible and keep them separated. That's what you got to do, guys. So if you notice, these shamans are healing each other just right when I'm about to kill them, and it's just terrible. These shamans are just annoying as crap. So if you notice, my barracks is keeping that shaman busy while I'm able to kill this ogre, and this ogre it's getting pretty far, but my mage tower will take him out as the very last thing that mage tower does. Now what am I going to do? So now this is pretty much the last level. We're on level 5 already. I need to make sure my mage towers are even stronger versus these brigands. The brigands seem like a pretty big problem, guys. They're getting really far here. We're gonna cut it close here. That's pretty much all I have to say. We're cutting it really close here, guys. You got to use your reinforcements well, and if you need to sell a tower on the left side and buy one of those mage upgrades. That's really all I got to say. And if you need to rebuy that tower, that's okay. But right now, you just got to make sure you have enough to kill those brigands. So what's next? What's coming out next? Well, you got brigands, and you got an ogre. The first group of 5 brigands should be taken out, but then by the time we get to the second group of brigands, if there is a second group, I don't know yet, but if there is a second group of brigands, we got to take those guys out as well pretty fast, because these mage towers are kind of Well, I have quite a few mage towers, so we should be able to take them out. So here's a second group of brigands as well as an ogre. So we're getting kind of close here again, guys, but what we're going to do is, since there's only one ogre coming on the top, we're going to hopefully kill him pretty fast, and I'm just going to keep upgrading my mage towers. Now if you notice, that one brigand on the top there almost got through, but he didn't. So I end up just meteor showering all those brigands, and that'll keep me keep my towers occupied on different units other than those guys, and those guys are really strong. They kind of tank too much damage. So we got another ogre here, about to get through. He doesn't have very much health, so we just randomly killed him with like a few last magic bolts. So now, I think we were pretty much set, guys. We just killed like 6 waves of them. Now this is just the last wave. Shouldn't be a big deal. I'm just going to sell these 2 towers in the back here, and I will upgrade my mage towers even more. I actually meant to upgrade my mage tower there, but I accidentally sold it. So we'll just keep upgrading these guys, and hopefully we'll be able to kill everybody with those. So I do make mistakes in upgrading, in selling towers when I think I'm actually upgrading them. I know, it's stupid, but it happens. So last ogre here, and we'll slowly take him out, and that is the end of the heroic challenge. And then we will try the iron challenge. And hopefully the iron challenge is not too bad. I don't think it is, but let's hope it's not. This seems like a hard level. So, you know, when you got 2 different places they can completely go, it's definitely going to be a hard level. So let's continue here, and let's try out the Iron Challenge. Oh my goodness. What is it? So we got 1 super wave, 1 life, and you can't use, oh my goodness, you can't use bombard or mages. So we just got a barracks and archer towers. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with just a few archer towers and then a bunch of barracks, and we're going to hopefully stall all these random wolves that are coming through. So it's basically full wolves, I think. That's what it said, unless they're lying to me. Let's hope they're not. So I'm going to get quite a few barracks here. Hopefully those guys will stall, and you know, I have 2 barracks on each side and 2 archer towers on each side, and hopefully those guys will just stall enough for my archer towers to do some damage. That's the plan right here. So let's get going, and a bunch of wolves. Yep. Yeah, oh my goodness, wolves and goblins. Okay, so there is some goblins. Seems like we're taking out the wolves pretty easily, actually. Oh man, there's quite a few of those wolves, though. Gotta kill them fast. And I'm not really getting too much money from these guys. Oh my god, that's a lot of wolves. So I'm just gonna keep reinforcing the right side here while the wolves seem to be going by. And, okay, there's a lot getting by. I need to get an archer tower here. Get an archer tower as fast as possible, and reinforce them, and will we... Oh my god, there's so many wolves. Meteor shower the crap out of them. And hopefully we'll be able to kill these guys now. There's a lot of wolves now, though. There's a lot of wolves getting through. So hopefully we'll be able to take these guys out with my archer tower. There's just too many. Oh, no. Defeat. Okay. Well, we can just try again. Yeah, let's try again, guys. I'm going to go with a different technique now, though. I'm not going to try so many barracks. I'm just going to mass the crap out of archer towers. Yep. Mass the crap out of archer towers. That's the plan here, guys. So, I have pretty much everywhere archer towers. No barracks, just archer towers. And I'm going to use my reinforcements kind of spaced out a little bit. I want to see how this actually is going to go. So, seems like it's actually working out fairly well. I thought this wasn't going to work, actually. I thought I was going to have to use some barracks here. So I did just end up meteor showering these guys right here, just clear out some of them, get some extra gold, and we can start upgrading my archer towers now. So I have quite a bit of gold, guys. I'll upgrade that archer tower, and then as soon as I get enough money, I'll start upgrading these archer towers, and it's actually working really well. Wow. Okay, but there's a lot of wolves getting over here, guys. A lot of wolves, a lot of goblins. This is a lot of guys, but we're taking them out. This is awesome, guys. Especially with these upgraded archer towers, they're actually taking them out really easily. So I feel like we're actually doing very well here. There's a lot of units. Obviously there's some goblins coming on the top, so I'm going to upgrade some of those archer towers as well. But as far as the wolves coming from the bottom, it's not a big deal. Hopefully no really strong wolves come by the end of this one, or else I will be unhappy. So there's lots more goblins coming, and a few more wolves coming, but we're taking out the wolves even faster than before. Now it's time to deal with the goblins, so just keep upgrading these archer towers, and we should be able to deal with those guys pretty easily. As soon as I get the gold, I'll just keep upgrading them. And I really don't see what could go wrong right now. Everything's going fantastic, just upgrading all my archer towers. So who would have thought never going any barracks would be beneficial? Well, no barracks versus wolves obviously seems like the best thing to do, so I think that's definitely something to keep in mind. And that's the game. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you want to like that for me, that'd be much appreciated. We are victorious. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.